What I'm about to tell you is no secret to lawn care professionals or hobbyists. But for average people, regular people, the random people that already live on your block, only a select few really know that this is possible. You can very easily have a weed-free lawn every single year, all year long, without ever killing any weeds, without ever pulling any weeds. In fact, without ever really thinking about weeds at all. Now, the trick to all of this is you literally have to prevent the weeds before they start growing. It's that simple. All right, no matter what the weed is, no matter what the weed in question is, a weed preventer, we call it a pre-emergent, if it's placed on the lawn at the exact right time of the year, will stop the weeds from germinating, leaving you with a clean pad of grass. Like your whole front lawn is going to look fantastic all the way through Halloween. I would say that most people have never really tried to stop weeds from germinating. Some of you have, but the majority of lawn owners haven't. I'm here to tell you that stopping these weeds from germinating is way easier than you think. It's literally just about buying a single product, just one product from your local hardware store and spreading it on your lawn at the exact right time of year. The thing is, timing makes all the difference. And the best time of year is going to be completely different for different people across the country. Your grandma who might live in Minnesota, she's going to have better results doing this somewhere around tax day, middle of April. If you got an uncle down in Orlando, he's probably going to have better results doing this at the end of January. And if your sister who lives out in Oklahoma, she's probably going to find that the best results happen if she's doing this somewhere around the 1st of March. Everyone's basically doing the exact same thing. The difference is everyone is doing it at the best date for their specific city. Now, some people are going to go ahead and spread a liquid weed pre-emergent or liquid preventer on the lawn. Some people are going to spread a dry product all over the ground. But basically, everyone only applies that one product on their one special day, and they reap the benefits for the entire season. There's basically 3 active ingredients that you could choose to get this job done, and any of them are going to work just fine. It really doesn't matter truly which product or which active ingredient you choose. Now, I do have a blog post on the Turf Mechanic website that compares all of the various options that you have for preventing weeds, all of the different active ingredients that you choose, not just the 3 main ones, all of the ones that you could buy as a residential homeowner or yard owner. But in all honesty, for the most part, they're all going to be fine, no matter which one you choose. And in fact, probably the best one for you to choose would be the easiest one or the cheapest one for you to buy at your local hardware store. You could run down there right now and be back in 20 minutes with a product to put on the lawn. But you do have to get the date correct. I got to emphasize that over and over and over. That's the most important thing. If you apply this stuff a few weeks too early, then it's not going to work nearly as well. And if you apply this stuff a few weeks too late, it's also not going to work nearly as well. It's still going to work, just not optimally, just not perfectly. Luckily, it's super easy to find the exact perfect date for your lawn, or at least the best that we can possibly estimate, if all you have is a soil thermometer. Some meat thermometers work. The trick is you got to have some thermometer that's going to take the temperature and give you an accurate readout in that 50-degree range. We're not roasting a side of ham here. In the late winter or the early spring, depending on where you live, what we're looking for is the dirt, the soil, not the air. I don't care about air temperatures. Dirt, roughly 1.5 inches deep in your lawn. Once that dirt climbs to 55 degrees for your area, that's the perfect date to put down a weed stop, a weed preventer, a weed pre-emergent. And then after you apply that weed pre-emergent, I don't care if it's a liquid or a dry product, then you run your sprinklers. Yeah, you could wait for rain, but it is way better to just sprinkle it in. That's how this stuff is activated and starts working in the lawn. Now that's it, but there is some nuance to it. Getting the date exactly right for your area. You've got shade, you got sun, you got trees. Maybe you've got humid air, overcast skies, sunny skies. Everything gets a little bit nuanced when you really want to be perfect. And then there are some differences in the products that you could choose. Any of them will be fine, but if you want to go down that rabbit hole and figure out the absolute best time, the absolute best product, I have video resources on this channel that can help you go that extra mile. The date is the most important part. Get that date right, and you're actually going to save time, not having to deal with weeds later in the year, and you're going to save money not having to buy weed killers later in the year. It's worth doing this at the start of the season. I don't care what product you buy. I don't care what product you put on the lawn. What I do care about is that you do something and you try your absolute best to do that something at the best time of the year. Make sure to see this video linked right up here, all about choosing or identifying the absolute best time of the year for your location. Or you can go ahead and take a look at my other resources in the description below, all about how weed prevention works. All of this stuff is simple. Please do not be intimidated. Apply once, and you don't have to put herbicides down on the lawn later in the year. Seems like a no-brainer to me.